So the open beta for 33 Immortals has started today, January 28th. I've played for about 4 hours so far, and I just wanted to give my initial thoughts and first impressions. My first impression is, the game is fire, big dog. So let's talk about it. So what is 33 Immortals? It is a top-down roguelite game, but it plays a little different than most roguelites. Usually it's just you, and you go from level to level, picking doors to open, to upgrade perks, until you finally reach the end where you fight a boss, and you rinse and repeat pretty much. And though it's conceptually what that is in this game, it doesn't fully play that way. So here's how it goes for 33 Immortals. You are an immortal, and you spawn on a big ass map with 32 other fellow immortals. You go, you fight minions, and these things called torture chambers open up. 6 people are allowed in those at a time. You go into the chambers, you fight, you defeat all the hordes, come out, rinse and repeat. You do that until these things called ascension battles start, which brings in a shit ton of enemies. The big ones, the little ones, all kind of shit. You survive that fight. If you survive that fight, you are ascended to what they call the boss room. There's an actual name for it, I'm pretty sure. The ascension room. I'm just calling it the boss room. It is what it is. And I'm not going to show any boss fight stuff because I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but just know boss fights is crazy. It's not a joke. Them shits is hard, dog. Even with like 16, 17 people in the room with you, is nuts. If you end up playing, let me know. Come back to the comments. Let me know how it went for you when you fought your first boss, because mine went terrible. Anyways, that's pretty much the cycle. Now, again, what makes this different is you're not going from room to room to room to room, level to door, blah, blah, blah. You're actually just on a giant open map with a bunch of other people who are all split in direction. So 6 or 7 of you might be on this side, another 6 or 7 here, 6 or 7 in the middle. Somebody's doing torture chambers over here. Somebody's doing them over there. This person's... Everybody has a part to play to start the ascension battle. So if you see a torture chamber a million miles away from you, you don't need to run to it. There's enough players most likely over there who will work their way over there. You just need to focus pretty much on your section of the map. Now, when you go into the torture chambers and you defeat them, there are chests too, one with a lock, one without. Both of them give you a perk that you can use within your run, but you do need a key, like I said, for one. You can buy those keys right outside the gate. Are these little, it's like a skull head. You can go up there and get a little health. You can get this thing called a teleport stone, which I never even use, so. And then you can buy a key. They're not cheap. You can't get one, so that way you can unlock the second chest if you like. But it's not necessary, but you can do that, so there is that. Then, of course, there are other little statue things around that you walk up to, like this little purple goopity goop thing that you can walk up to, and it'll increase like your damage, your co-op strike strength, stuff like that. Speaking of co-op strikes, this is the bread and butter of this game. This thing is what's like the most important piece to remember, because again, this game is not designed for solo play. It's designed to play with everybody on the map. So co-op strikes, depending on what weapon you choose, you get an ability, a big ability. So for me, I've been playing the sorcerer, which has like these purple lob balls that you throw. But for my co-op strike, you hold the right trigger, 2 big circles come up. When 2 people stand in those circles and hit the right interact, it creates a giant purple mist across that slows everything down. There's one when you use a long sword that gives you shield if everybody activates it, or it rains arrow. It all depends on which one which weapon you're using, basically, for these co-ops. But they make a huge difference. So it's important to pay attention to your teammates if they're sitting there and set up and you see those 2 circles pop up. If you're close, get in one, hit the right prompt, activate the shit. It can save your fucking life. Speaking of classes, there seems to be, I don't call them, I guess, could we call them classes? We'll call them classes. Speaking of classes, there's 4. You have a great sword class, a dagger class, a bow class, and this staff class. I've tried them all. The staff, which I thought would be my least favorite, turned out to be my absolute favorite. Super easy to use, super easy to cheese. Does plenty of, like, it does really good fucking damage, bro. Dead ass. So if you're looking for something like me where you don't want to be in a fight, you just kind of want to Kobe that bitch some damage that way, it's better than the bow, hands down. I don't care what nobody say. Bow's ass. Anyways, it has a little similarity to Hades for me, where, well, I guess all roguelites have this, but I think it's the way that it's set up is what makes it different to me. Because when you die, you go back to this thing called the Dark Woods. And in the Dark Woods is where you can buy permanent upgrade perks and customize your look and rank up like for feats and shit like that, so you can get your level higher, so you can open up more perk slots to be able to bring in more permanent perks with you for each run or whatever. But it's in a nice hub, like it's a big ass hub where there's a station for this guy and this person and that person and this person. You gotta run around and go do them all, like whatever you need. Like, so if I want to upgrade my perk or open some new perks because I found some, I gotta go visit whatever the dude name is, Dante, I think his name was Dante. You gotta go see him, etc., etc. And then once you're ready to actually go out and fight, you go through this big ass like heavenly gate. Man, that shit is huge. And then you just boom, you queue in, you pick. There's 3 maps, I believe. There's Inferno, Purgatory, and something. I've only been on Inferno so far. I haven't even attempted anything else. I'm not ready. And what's cool is when you pick your weapon, you're not stuck to it. You're only stuck to it for that run. But once you die, before you go through the gate, you'll see all 4 weapons on little podiums, so you can swap them out if you want to. I would suggest trying them all, figuring out which one feels good, of course, and then building upon that class, because there are missions and extra quests and shit that for each weapon or whatever to open up new stuff. Just makes sense. But do what you want, hey? Okay. But like I said, overall, man, my first few hours with this game has been fantastic. We played it on stream for a couple hours, and like I said, I played a couple hours offline by myself. Loved it. Loving it. By the time y'all see this video, I'll probably already be back playing it. So that's it for me. Check it out. Link in the description below for my PC players, and again for my Xbox people. Check your respective store. It should be up there because there are Xbox people all in my game. I will say, I don't know if this is coming to PlayStation. I don't know if this is an Xbox exclusive or not. It looks like it because nobody on PlayStation is playing. So there's that. See you guys in the next video.